you should be hearing us. We've got some new equipment and we're trying new systems.
Yeah.
So before we start, we're just going to see what is actually going on, because now and then there's a big difference to what I think is happening compared to what's actually happening. We've got some new gizmos and some whatchamacallits, and we're just checking that they're all plugged in. So before we start, yes, you're at Science in a Van on the live feed. Em's just going to listen and check to a few things.
I can hear you through there.
There we go. So I'm just going to quickly change over to this. Can you still hear me on that?
I'm just waiting for it to catch up on the lag, Ellen.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so we've got a bit of a lag, but that's all good.
Yeah, keep talking. It's exciting.
Cool. Excellent. Hi there. How are you? There we go. We're still waiting for the lag.
Oh, here we go.
There we go.
Oh, yes, it's all good on YouTube, but I need to check the Book of the Face, Ellen.
It'll be the same on the fuss.
Oh, it'll be the same on the fuss.
Yep.
Yeah.
One other thing, I'm going to go back to that, Mike. Hi there, it's Alan Hemley from Science in a Van. We'll be starting our live very, very shortly. We've just got one more thing to test.
I'm just testing for on Facebook at all. It's been exciting. Hey, if you're here, please in the comments tell us we've got a new system. Hopefully we'll be able to respond very easily.
Okay, I think, that's not working.
Yay! So excited.
Yeah, I think it was the Opal issue with the mic that we had playing music.
Oh, boo.
Cool. Awesome.
Cool.
Hey, are you ready?
I am totally not ready.
Totally not ready.
I'm totally not ready. Are you ready?
We're 100% not ready. Yeah, I'm pretty much ready to go. Things are looking pretty gorgeous. We'll try and look at the camera and not the screen too much. We do like watching ourselves. There we go.
It's so distracting.
So, my friends, if you are joining us, just get comfy. If you've got a cup of tea in your hand, that's great. If you're in a school classroom by any chance, flick us a thing on the comments. We are monitoring the comments and we will be looking at the comments throughout. If you have any questions about Science in a Van or what we do, flick them in the comments and we will look at that as we go along. And I can see that things are moving around here. So that's cool.
I think I'm ready.
Cool. Hey. So, first of all, kia ora, kai Alan aho, kai Emily here. We are Science in a Van. And you may or may not know, we travel all over New Zealand doing science shows, but we also enjoy diving into a little bit of social media and YouTube lives and Facebook lives. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to come live to you from our shed at the beautiful 275 in South Auckland. So the weather's been changeable, but it's all been good. I've been to the dentist. That was all carb pie. So everything is tickety-boo, as I say. So what are we going to do today? Well, basically, so much has happened and so many things are going on. We're kind of like, what are we going to do for YouTube Live? There's just so much going on. We ain't thought about it. So we thought we'd just actually have a bit of a planning meeting and also just look at what's happened and gather that. And don't worry. Is this our planning meeting? This is our planning meeting, but it's going to be quite exciting. So you might be wondering, what new things have we been up to? First of all, check this out. This is a thing of beauty. Now, normally, Emily's wearing our uniform that we get made, and it's got the Science in a Van logo. Got a thermal on because it's very cold. But the other day, we walked past the shop and we saw these bad boys, and we had to get them. Why would you not? They're not Science in a Van brand, but we feel they're totally on brand. And we've got T-shirts. Emily found a dress, which should be debuting at some point in this pattern as well. So that's what we're talking about. Things that we've been up to, updates. We've had some cool correspondence, and we've had some gifts, haven't we, Emily?
Oh, we have. Shall we use our new camera?
Oh, yeah.
We've got a new camera. It's very exciting.
Another new thing is a set of switches and this camera.
Yeah, we'll talk more about it later, but I just thought it's quite good to have a look. So this, this is like a multi-language dictionary of science. How cool is that? Te reo. Oh, see, my problem is my pronunciation isn't amazing. You can switch back, Alan. Actually, no, don't.
Right.
New tools. I use the Māori Dictionary online quite a lot, and it helps me with my pronunciation. So, let me turn it up. Putayao. Putayao. And that means science. So we're learning all the time. And the Māori Dictionary online is super helpful to help you with pronunciation, looking up stuff. But this bad boy, we've already learned heaps of stuff. It's so great. It's got like an index, and like the lovely lady Andrea that gave us recipe copy from Henderson Intermediate. Thank you so much. It's probably not going to help us with phrases and things like that because we're very novice. But for a few little sort of vocab things, it's going to be really, really helpful. And just learning the proper Māori te reo word for science is great. So I am actually chuffed. Like, this is so precious. Very happy.
And
Thank you.
We're always really touched that, like, you know, in
So
some ways we should really learn Māori and speak it and do it. But, you know,
It's a work in progress.
it's a work in progress. But the little words and the little snippets that we put in always gets really good feedback. And now and then it's easy to say,
very
we
precious.
should do more.
We should.
And we should. But people do respond really well. So we're really keen to push with the science dictionary. And that's going to be a big help to us and things like that. So, hopefully we'll get a bit more language into our things. So,
that's the plan.
That's a plan. Meeting people,
Put it somewhere safe.
meeting people, having fun, all that kind of stuff. We've been doing something quite cool, and we've met some really awesome people, and with them, we've managed to create some resources. And the people I'm talking about are called 321 Science. They're two trained and qualified teachers teaching in and trained in New Zealand, and they have written a set of resources. We've teamed up with them and we've adjusted and created content for some of their resources. We've just recently launched the first, what we call a collab, a joint venture. And if you go onto their website, 321 Science, you'll see that there's been a collab written amongst all our other wonderful resources. There is a collab written for our Move It show. So if you are planning on booking our Move It show, please do. And you might want a look at purchasing that resource from 321 Science. And the interesting thing is, like I say, they are trained and qualified experienced teachers in New Zealand. Science in a Van, has only been written and developed for the New Zealand audience. So all of this stuff is tailor-made for the New Zealand curriculum. None of this stuff is being brought in, written for other curriculums, and then moulded and shaped around into the New Zealand curriculum. All this stuff is written by people that are working for education in New Zealand. Obviously, I'm not a New Zealander. I'm from East London, but I've brought my experience and my past knowledge there. But everything for Science in a Van has been written and developed and delivered to a New Zealand audience. So with 321 Science and that, it's all New Zealand curriculum based stuff. And what was good working with them,
they're nice people.
They're nice people, yeah. Danny and Emma, they're awesome. But the other thing is they understand the classroom.
Yeah.
And it really helped us out. I'm going to do a quick experiment for you. And when we do this, we have a very elaborate setup.
We do.
We normally have 3 glasses, but we're going to use 1 glass for today. We have some form of board or tray, but they use a plate or a little plastic bowl. And we have these metal tubes, but they use a cardboard tube from a toilet roll. You might have a few of these knocking around. And we normally use golf balls or eggs, but they use a tennis ball.
So you can get the stuff anywhere, like around the school.
So this is a lot more accessible in a school. Also, we normally do it with a board, 3 glasses, 3 tubes. And they're like, If we're going to do that
Right.
with a classroom, that means we need 90 glasses, 90 tubes, because 3 times 30 and stuff. But they say do it this way. It's easier and quicker for people to set up. And they also say it's nice to have them working in groups of 3. So now you only need to find 10 off these.
So we
and
need another
stuff like
person,
that.
Alan.
So
We need another person. We don't have a group of 3.
it's all right. We've got all these wonderful people out there. Look at them. There we go.
All right,
So-
do it.
In a few moments, I'm going to go 3, 2, 1. I'm going to hit this. We know that something won't start moving unless a force makes it. So I'm going to apply a force here, and we're going to see what happens. And as the ball drops into the cup, I want
If
you
it
in
does.
all the comments and that give. I'm trying to be positive, Em. I'm trying
Sorry,
to rock my
sorry,
well-being
Alan.
positivity.
I haven't seen you do it like this before.
As I knock it in, clap, cheer, go crazy, put smiley faces in the comments, and also this is a cue for Emily to jump into her next segment.
Oh,
So
yeah.
here we go. 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
I'm quite
Hang
surprised
on, there
because
we
this
go.
bowl's quite big.
Well, there we go. You see,
If you've seen our movement show, you know that I normally do a version of that trick, and I use a flat table mat. So I was a bit like unsure, to be honest.
Well,
Well
there
done,
we
Alan.
go. You see, try and do
What?
things. Hey, there
Yeah.
we go. You
Nailed
know,
it.
we get outside of our comfort level, and don't you find them sometimes? It's like what seems as quite a big adjustment didn't seem to affect
It
it
seemed
too
like
much.
a massive adjustment. I was a bit
And-
like, are we really?
And it didn't affect anything. But
No,
then
it's
other
good.
times we change something like the company that makes the cans that we
Oh,
crush
don't
it,
even.
and it just turns into a palaver. Anyway, Emily.
So we're so lucky. Occasionally we get thank you letters from schools, and we love them. So we're going to use our new toy. We've got a new camera, which is very exciting. So we got these letters from Waimaku School, way out west, West Auckland, and we had a great day. We've been actually going out to that school for years, and we love it. And we did 2 shows, one for the juniors and one for year 3 and 4s. And these, I'm pretty confident these are from the year 3 and 4s because it is so obvious what show they watched. This is from room 4 at Waimaku. So if any of you are watching, we loved getting your letters so much. So nice.
What was it? The sound show we did for?
Yep,
Excellent.
yeah, you can tell.
So what's in the sound show, Em? For those that don't know what's going
Well,
on.
let me show you this.
Oh, well, yeah, that's a good point.
I know. So this is a little card here. Now I'll tell you why I liked it in a minute. This is from Willow, and she says thank you.
Nice one, Willow.
Willow's practically done a summary of our show.
Oh, wow. Thank
I
you,
know.
Willow.
Thank
Perfect
you for
timing.
coming to Waimaku School. I learned about vibrations,
Ooh.
decibels, sound waves,
Sound waves.
materials, and measuring.
Wow.
I enjoyed it. That was lucky because we were reading it out. And my favourite bit was the angry sausage. I thought you were very funny,
Hey.
which is probably the most important bit. Now, the angry sausage, you might think, oh, what's the angry sausage got to do with sound? Well, I'll tell you. This is an illustration of the angry sausage, and it's labelled just in case you didn't know.
Yeah.
And it's actually a little, shall we say, a personal alarm.
Yeah.
Anyway, we put it in our vacuum jar, and then we get an understanding that vibrations, sound need a material to travel through because you suck out all the air. It's got no material. And the kids work it out. They're great. And these kids worked it out too. But that's not really the reason why we chose this card, Alan. It's because I'm obviously driving the van because I've got short hair.
There you go.
Oh, sorry, I've got long hair in the van. But I loved it how you noticed that I'm the driver.
There we go.
I don't want to go on about how I do all the driving, but
Yeah,
thank
do
you,
the
Willow.
driving. Yeah, cool. Shall I do one of mine?
Yes, please.
Yeah. I picked this one. It's very colourful, very smiley, very out there. I love the energy.
I love
the
that.
rainbows. But the reason I want to explain about it, by the way, this is not like these are our favourite. These are the ones that
Oh,
We
they're
just-
all good.
they're all good. And there's just a few things that we want to pick out. But there's so much in here. And a few people have done similar and different things. So this one I liked because it gets interactive.
Oh,
on the
yeah.
inside.
We
So-
showed this one time to Margaret and she loved this
Yeah.
one.
The sound is caused by open flap vibrations. There we go.
It's so cute.
And the more energy, more volume.
Volume.
So really cool,
Very
clear
cool.
scientific concepts and a big part of sound.
Hmm.
But then also what a wonderful,
I love it.
what wonderful interaction. And what's nice is it makes you kind of draw in and
Love it.
just look a little bit more. And you can also do it as a test. The sound is caused by, what did they say? And then you open
What
it
did
up
we
and
say?
vibrations.
Oh, vibrations.
And I love these little sort of drawn
That's so cool.
sellotape and plasters. And once again, if we just look really closely,
It's
the angry sausage makes an entrance
That's
again.
hilarious.
So that is fantastic, Elastic. Have you got another one for us then?
I have. I was just wondering if there was no name on that, was there?
No, I don't think so.
Well,
I can't find one
all
earlier.
great artists like Banksy's anonymous.
Yep, but everyone knows who he is, but they don't know who he is. Like
Okay,
that one out.
so I'm choosing this one. Whose sent us this one? Oh, I think it's Bentley. Sorry, Bentley. If I've got that wrong, because you're amazing. Because Bentley had high expectations of the day.
Yeah, people now and then get a bit carried away in their thought process.
So, Alan, what's the question we get every day?
Well, for you that don't know, we turn up to school in a van, and then we set up in a hall.
In a hall.
And as the 250, 300 kids come into the hall, they go, why are you called Science in a Van when you're in the hall? And
it's
just
okay.
one of those things.
It's alright. But, oh, hello, Lance. Lance is watching.
Hey, colour Lance.
Lance says woohoo, which I appreciate.
Woohoo, nice one, Lance.
Lance, when you see this, mate, you're going to go woohoo. Because Bentley had high expectations. So I'm trying to get it right the wrong way. Is it that way? That way.
Yeah.
So here is our van, I'm guessing. Getting ready to go up the ramp and jumping through the ring of fire.
There we go.
This makes me so happy.
Oh,
you have no idea. And I'm guessing this was done after the show as well. So maybe Bentley thinks we're coming back for round 2.
There we go.
That's so good.
Or maybe that's
so
how
good.
we left the playground. I don't know.
Maybe it is.
Maybe it isn't.
Thank you so much for making me so happy. I love that one. That's so great. You've got another one.
Yeah, the next one I've picked is kind of, it's cool, it's awesome, and it's lovely. And I just like a few things about it. First of all, it's got an instruction.
I love an instruction.
This way up. And what I like about it is when we fold here and the card opens like this, normally we would have the image round the other way. But
not today.
Our designer on this,
Luca,
has kind of either made a decision to do it the other way round, and that's cool. And now and then breaking a mold, trying new things, doing things differently. Either show us why we should do them that way, or they just break it up, make a change, and make us think differently. So I totally celebrate that. So if this was a design plan, I totally celebrate that. The other thing is if he started drawing it and realised the orientation wasn't right.
I've done that.
We've all done it. Rather than
so many times.
Rather than get frustrated or lose the plot, they've obviously worked out a way of solving a problem.
Solve the problem.
All the tools and bits and bobs around me. I love making stuff. And you plan and you plan and you plan, and you're going out and you realise you've cut something the wrong way or something's around the wrong way, and you just have to deal with it. And like I say, if this is a design thing, awesome. If it was a mistake that has been kind of corrected, that's awesome as well. Don't just screw things up, throw them in the bin, try and salvage them. And what you've actually ended up either way, Luca, is with something quite beautiful, and I really like it. And it kind of opens up this way and you read that way. I quite like that. I quite like that as a design thing. And it's quite wonderful. So, again, this is awesome. So there's been lots of fun.
So what I'm going to do now, Alan, because I think all of these deserve a little show, I'm just going to flip through them. But as I do that, you can play with our things. We've got a new device and camera angles. Do you want to just freak people out and do different things? Oh, we're in the other corner. It's so exciting.
Hold one up to that camera.
Oh, to that camera?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Science and
No, I could hold one here and we could like go
Oh, wrong way though.
There we
Because that
go.
one's awesome.
Yeah. Got all of her banners and her
So
things
good.
in, and she got the Airzuka and the cups around the right way.
Keep
That's
pressing
quite
buttons.
incredible.
I like the buttons,
So
Alan.
yeah.
Look at the work. I just love it. It's so nice because
that camera now.
that camera?
Yeah, there you go.
That camera.
Oh, check that out.
Oh, I like the new buttons, Alan. It's so good. Ooh, science
up to
and
that
a
camera.
van. What? Oh, what? Oh. Science and a van. There's so many. Oh my gosh. Maybe I shouldn't have promised to show you all, but now I've said it. I have to. We super appreciate it. Oh, that one is special. Oh, look at that. I like that one. So thank you so much.
Boom!
So cool, right?
Hey, oh, look at that very chemistry type style thing.
I pushed a button, Alan.
You pushed a button. That's awesome because we are learning how to use this kit. So, any feedback on the camera angles and stuff?
Yeah.
I think I need
like
to tidy this up a bit.
It's kind of in front of your face, to be fair.
Yeah, it's
Good,
kind
put
of
it
in
down
front
there.
of my face, so I can probably drop this down. Although,
What?
there is a few things I just want to quickly say. We've talked about receiving dictionaries, which is a beautiful gift. There we go. We've spoken about receiving letters. We've
So
had
nice.
the privilege of working with 321 Science. I just want to make one thing clear. It's not a one-way street. It's not a one-way road. When we was at Henderson School, intermediate, we got speaking to a tutor there, and he runs the tech lab, and we was talking about making and encouraging making, and we got speaking about a project.
How do we get in the corner, Alan?
We got you turn that on. There you go.
Oh. So we're playing with buttons.
Yeah.
Oh well.
It's not allowing us to do that.
Press another button. See what happens.
So let's go back to that.
There
Let's
I
go
am.
to that. I don't think it likes that.
It doesn't like it.
Right.
Oh, there we
okay,
are.
Cool.
Well done.
Excellent. No worries. We've
We're all
just
learning.
learned something. There we
Well,
go.
I didn't. I just watched.
So,
Sometimes you got to do things for
yeah,
yourself
we,
to figure it out.
I made these a wee while ago, and I'll hold one up here. These are 1 in 56 scale
Really cool.
models of shipping containers, and I actually did a set of videos about making these. So if you want to make one of these, you can make them very easily at home. But all the stuff you can get from stationery shops and that, and it's all quite low cost. You've probably got half of it knocking around at home. And the whole project was about encouraging people to make stuff, what a scale model is and what does that mean, how to use the scalpel and ruler safely, and some painting techniques and weathering techniques to make these look old. Because when you're a model maker, you're telling stories. Has this shipping container been out in the rain? Has it been at the bottom of the sea? Is it covered in mud? All these things tell us. And now this here is a 1 in 56 scale shipping container, and it's also known as 28mm scale, which is the scale that Warhammer 40k and tabletop role-playing games is. And the teacher at Henderson Intermediate run a role-playing group in his school. So I gifted him some of these, and the one that Emily just pointed out, this one here,
I love that one,
is one that I made to look like a coffee shop that's been put into a shipping container. And, you can have a lot of fun with these.
Very cool.
So, Oliver or Mr. Harris at Henderson School, I hope your miniatures are having lots of fun running around these. And, we gifted some of those to them. And if you want to make your own to have or to gift as well, go to our YouTube channel and there's a whole video of how to make them there.
We had such a great time at Henderson Intermediate. We had 3 days there, and oh my gosh, our shows were probably a little bit too long because you all laughed at our jokes, which was very encouraging. It was really good fun. We had a great time. So what we have been asking all the students we've been seeing over the last couple of weeks is send us your questions so we can answer them on live. But has anybody sent us any questions, Ellen?
No. But we have got lovely letters. Let's not forget the lovely letters.
Katie's watching.
Hey, hi Katie.
But the thing is, if you're watching this video on repeat, or is it just what they say about old time telly? If you're watching this video after it's live, I don't know. And you're like, oh, I've got a question, just chuck it in the comments. I'll get a notification and then we can answer it on the next one. It can be about science. We may or may not know the answer, but maybe we can find out. It could be about us.
Yeah.
Could be about science in a van. It could be about our setup. Could be about shows in schools. Maybe you're a teacher and you're like, I don't really understand what you do. Are you in a van? Are you in a walk? So just ask. You're all good. And we'll answer them on our next live, whenever that may be. Maybe next week. I'm not sure. We haven't thought that far ahead. We'll let you know.
Cool. Excellent. So,
but now, Ellen, it is time for... Joke of the day.
So, Emily, I was brainstorming new experiments and I was trying to come up with a new experiment. I came up with this idea of getting a tin of alphabet spaghetti. So a tin of alphabet spaghetti and some explosives. And I was going to put them together and see what happens. But I thought I'd better not because it might spell disaster.
It's quite good.
Joke of the day. So, my friends, we are Science in a Van. That's what we do when we're on the internet. So if you like it, subscribe. But all that's got to be said now, my friends, is be like a proton
and stay positive. Yay!
Hey,
Thank you. See you